Hi guys, so now we're gonna do step two. And step two is a pretty long step. What we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna start working on AI in the AI player, which is this function right here. It's actually pretty simple because we've done most of the legwork for you. It's very basic AI. So what you're gonna do is you're basically gonna have a list of three moves, and then you're just gonna return a random one, and that will act as your AI. It doesn't really have any like special strategy. We have something called AI extensions that we're working on, and then you can take a look at that if you are looking for something a little more advanced. But the gist of an AI is basically that it's going to use some sort of intelligence or some sort of method, and it's going to return a move, so it kind of plays against you. There's a lot more complex AI, such as like AlphaGo, which is made by Google, and it won a Go series against World Champion. If you're that kind of AI is very advanced. They use a lot of different techniques. Um, and also, if you ever played a video game, you've also played against AIs. So whenever you play those like bot games or playing against basically things controlled by the computer, they're all programmed AIs. And ours is very simple, as I just mentioned. So a way to, since you, just to expose you a little bit to Python lists, this is what a list is. It's when you have these brackets and three items. The way you access a list is by index. So the list is called moves, and then if you look down here, you can see that if we've created some list, you can access the first item by some list of 0, some list of 1, some list of 2. So the little brackets part is where you put the index, and that will give you the value at the index. So this would be hi, this would be hello, this would be what's up, as you can see from the list. And then random integer gives you some number between 0, like it includes the first one, but it doesn't include the last one. So it'd be like some value between 0 and 99. And if you think about it, if we have a list of three moves, think about how you could implement that to return some random move from a list of three moves, and that would act as your AI. So we've pretty much given you all the little techniques here that you need to be able to return a move. So just take a look and see if you can figure that out. If you are a little bit confused, we have some resources inside here that you can look at. And then once you've done that, you want to save this value, because once we return this value from here, we're going to need to save it for our AI so that we can compare it to the other move that we used in play for our own player. Um, so that once we can say once we have these values saved, we can compare them and see who won and who didn't. We're actually going to do that in the next review of why this like whole return thing matters, because return allows you to assign a value from one function to another function because it gives a value back. So that's why you want to make sure you're doing this correctly, or else you won't be able to implement this part correctly.